and we can move on to our one football topic. Big move adds on to the already big NFL offseason. That's Bobby Wagner to the Rams. The Rams just keep pulling money out of nowhere.
I'm I think it's not crazy because think about
I don't think it's crazy.
They lost. Like they lost Robert Woods, they lost Odell Beckham,
Darius Williams,
like
Von Miller.
Yeah. Like they just find a way. And I know that they find a way to lose talent, but not lose talent. Like they lost a lot of guys, but they still have a super, super solid team.
Exactly. Although, would you say that the Rams got worse this offseason?
I would. No. Yes.
I think they did too.
I don't think they did. The talent they lost slightly outweighs the talent they gained, but I don't think it matters because the rest of their division is questionable.
Maybe you could say they got slightly worse, but I think they have the talent to run it back.
Oh, I do too.
No, I think so too. But I think they did get worse. Just considering so many depth pieces.
They lost some depth. Yes, they lost some depth.
Yeah, they lost so much depth.
But talent-wise, I don't know if they got worse.
Like they have an elite first ballot Hall of Famer at every level of their defense.
Think about it. Stafford to Cup's connection is only going to get stronger. I mean, Cam Akers is going to be fully healthy.
They had the defense
didn't lose any super talented players. I mean, even
Robinson's going to be better.
Yeah, they added Allen Robinson.
They got they're probably the favorite behind the Bucks maybe they're even over the Bucks.
I'd put them as the favorite over the Bucks right now. The Bucks have lost some guys, so
like I think
Gronk might not come back.
They are primed for another run to the potentially the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they could be the favorites. Although I like the move. Like it's fine.
Oh, I like the move.
They got 5 years.
Oh yeah, that's a little much. Probably not going to see the end of it. But yeah, even though they did lose like a lot of depth and talent too, I still think that they are probably the favorite. Maybe not like a heavy favorite, but they are probably the favorite coming out of the NFC.
I think I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that. So that's what we got for football. Crazy offseason already, draft coming up, which we'll touch on in weeks coming up. But baseball's beginning, and it's exciting, and it's heating up. We got opening day this Thursday, and we still got some moves this week. Yeah. So we can start with White Sox and Dodgers made a deal. They swapped Craig Kimbrel for AJ Pollock. At the beginning of the week, I said that the White Sox were idiots for this deal, and I've changed my mind.
Not anymore.
I think
it's amazing for both sides.
I think both sides won
easily because like AJ Pollock, he's good. He's really good, but did he really have a spot on this team? Probably not. No, he didn't.
Yeah.
So it was good that the Dodgers really they really solidified their only like weakness. I put that in quotes because it's really not a weakness. Because their bullpen was already pretty good, but now they have a star reliever. Like they have really good guys already, but now they have a star, and it just makes the Monstars even better.
I agree.
Even the White Sox too. Like AJ Pollock is a really good bat.
And the White Sox had arms to give up. I mean, they got Kendall Graveman in the offseason.
They have probably the
Craig Kimbrel didn't even pitch well for them last year. Like I think he had over a 5 ERA when he was on the White Sox. So you still got Joe Kelly, Crochet, Kopech might.
Crochet's out actually. Crochet's out.
Is he out? I didn't see
He's out for the year.
They still have
Kopech.
Kopech could be a reliever.
Obviously Hendricks.
He might start. Yeah, you still have Hendricks, Graveman.
Still in the lead bullpen.
I mean, the White Sox are really good.
They got
now,
way better.
And now for the White Sox, you don't have to bank on the potential of Jimenez and Robert, because you still have Adam Engel, and he can fill in somewhere if one of those guys is hurt or doesn't do well. And now you have a star-studded outfield for the White Sox.
Yeah, now you have so much more versatility because I know AJ Pollock's not the best defender, but I'd say he's probably a better defender than Eloy
I'd say
Jimenez.
he's a plus defender, even though it might be slight. It's probably
maybe not a plus, but he's not a minus.
He's not a minus.
He's a better defender than Eloy Jimenez.
Yeah.
So then
he's going to do the job.
You have some options. You could, if you really do want to put Jimenez in left field and let Pollock DH, fine. But if you want to switch that too, that's okay. Or you even put Adam Engel out there, then DH one of those two. You have that option. So now I think like at first the Blue Jays were my AL favorites, but now the White Sox, like it was already like kind of close, but it just got way closer.
We'll get into that.
I don't even
predictions will come later.
I don't really know who to pick out of that.
Yeah,
it's very the AL is going to be very, very compelling.
Yeah, but before we get to our predictions, we got another move that took place late in this week, and that was Sean Manaea to the Padres. I like it for the Padres.
Yeah, I like it. It's like fine. Doesn't make them better than the Dodgers. Makes them maybe better than the Giants.
Yeah, maybe. It could push them into a wild card spot.
Yeah. I do like, because they did need pitching.
Yeah.
Although I don't. It doesn't really push them to like serious contenders for a wild card spot in the West.
It doesn't. I feel like my biggest takeaway is that I just feel terrible for A's fans, man. Like imagine seeing your team win like 90 plus games 3 years in a row and then just trade everyone. And I mean everyone.
It's ridiculous, honestly, because the A's owner is one of the richer owners in the MLB. He is worth at least, I think, $2 billion. And he's just still decides to operate like a poverty franchise. I get it, they're in Oakland, but that's still California. Like, come on.
They're gonna move to Vegas.
Like,
it's only a matter of time.
They have to at this point. But yeah, I like the move for the Padres, but yeah, for the A's, I don't think they should have even blew it up. Like
I feel like they had a chance to compete for the division.
Exactly.
They just went out and got Marte last year, and now they lost him.
Yeah, they lost him, Marte, and then they're just like, oh, okay, let's blow it up.
Yep.
Which they didn't have to. The Astros are probably the favorite in that division, but they're not like they're not like total favorites. Like the Mariners,
I don't have them winning the division.
It's up for grabs. It was up for grabs. They just lost Correa, and they have they're getting Verlander back. He hasn't pitched. Pitched more than like 10 games in like 2 years.
The first time in like 4 years that there's no shoe-in favorite for the AL West.
Yeah,
like you could realistically name 3 teams that could win the AL West this year.
Exactly. So I thought it was just so dumb for the A's to just completely blow it up, especially when I just feel bad. Not only did they have a competitive team, but like these guys were like relatively young, like Matt Olson, Matt Chapman. These are not old guys. Chris Bassett, and they still had like a couple more years of control over them. So
it's very sad.
It's kind of stupid. Look at Moneyball. Moneyball is a great story, but it's 2022 now. Every team is doing it now, but like with money. So the A's
I think a lot of teams are like looking at the Rays and being like, oh, we can do that, but that's not how it works. You don't have you can't compare yourself to one situation that's kind of an outlier and just expect it to work.
Yeah, and also it's just the fact that sure, the A's were maybe on like the front line of being more analytically driven, but now every team is doing that now. So like it's really not that special. And the Rays are doing it too, but they can make it out of the first round of the playoffs.
Exactly.
I know they didn't last year, but the year before that, they made it to the World Series. So yeah, every team's doing it now, but like money, they're actually spending some money to win. So it should be a combination of both. and not just I can't. We got Billy Bean, so I can't give money even though we're $2 billion. So yeah. But anyways, yeah, good for the Padres.